NSA Colorado, my name is Jen DeVore. I am your marketing director and director of member communications, and I have the honor and pleasure of introducing you today to Greg Von Williams, who is our newest 2022-2023 board member. And Greg is going to be leading membership for us. Say hello to everyone, Greg.
Hello, everyone.
You need to know Greg because Greg works as a congressional liaison for the United States Space Force, which I think is super cool, and is a professional speaker and trainer with a focus and emphasis on soft skills. Greg started speaking in 2011 and is passionate about sharing with others messages that not only inspire or motivate them, but can actually change their lives and their thinking. He has been a member of Toastmasters International since 1988, and in 2019 won the district speech contest, beating out over 600 other contestants. That's amazing, Greg. He is also a member of NSA Colorado, and he enjoys working out, playing tennis, reading, visiting different coffee shops, and watching old episodes of the TV shows Friends and the Andy Griffith Show. Friends is one of my all-time favorites. Greg, we're so glad to have you on the board.
It's so good to be a part of not only this chapter, but also the board. This is my first time in a leadership or servant role, and I'm looking forward to it, Jen.
It's going to be awesome. Okay, so tell us a little bit about why you joined NSA in the first place. What brought you into this organization?
Excellent question. Well, as you stated earlier, I've been a part of the Toastmasters organization for a number of years. And when I moved to Colorado Springs in 1997, in that club that I was a part of, Pikes Peak Toastmasters Club, there was an individual by the name of John Register. And I'm sure most of our members, if not all, know who John is. John approached me one day and said, I think you should consider speaking professionally. I said, really? He said, yeah. And he said, I think the perfect entry point for you to learn more is to join this association called NSA, the National Speakers Association. And he said, we've got a chapter here in Colorado that meets up in Denver, and I'd like to invite you to one of our meetings. And thus begins my journey as being a part of the Colorado NSA chapter. So that's how I got introduced. Once I attended one of the meetings, I just fell in love with the people. It just seemed like not only a supportive environment, but friendly and a very close-knit community, almost like a family. And I was just automatically drawn to that. And so that's a little background to my entry into NSA and the chapter here in Colorado.
Well, I love that a member introduced you, I love that someone else welcomed you into the fold. And I know that that's part of our theme this year, is that we want to be very welcoming and all about community. We say, come for the content, but stay and join for the community. And as the director of membership, that's going to be part of your vision and part of your goals. So I'm sure you've spent some time thinking about this because I've heard you kind of talk about it in the board meeting yesterday, but let's share with the rest of the group who isn't on the board and wasn't in the meeting, and they're hearing it for the first time now on this video, what your vision and goals are for this year as the membership director.
Well, having been the membership director for about 2 to 3 weeks now,
yeah,
I'm still growing into this role. But, when I first volunteered, was even thinking about this role, I already had some thoughts in mind of what I would like to see with regards to the goals as this chapter develops at membership. But my focus is really twofold with especially any nonprofit organization. One is to recruit new members, but two, also to retain current membership. And so the two R's, recruiting and retaining. And I tend to have some ambitious goals. I would love to see our chapter over the coming year double in its membership. As I said earlier, John invited me I came as a guest and I immediately became a member. And I feel like if each one of our current members could invite a friend, a colleague, a coworker who's interested in developing his or her professional speaking business, we can double that goal of doubling our membership. But I know that, you know, that may not happen in a year, but if we can
Mhm.
get anywhere from 25 to 50 new members, man, I think that would just ignite some energy, momentum in this club and grow our membership to a higher level, not only in numbers, but also in excellence. The
Yes.
other side is having to retain the current members. And I feel like an aspect of that is, are we providing the value services that the current membership desires and needs? And making sure that we're not losing any of the current membership by making sure that we provide those needs, the services to help those current members grow. There's a quote, I want to share with you from John Maxwell. It has to do with success and significance. And the quote goes along this lines. He says, significance is, or success is the value that we bring to ourselves, but significance is the value that we bring to others.
Mhm.
And I feel like with our current membership, we've got some incredible giants in our chapter. And I feel like we can learn from their success. But if we can take that success of our current membership and apply that to helping recruit new members and bringing them significance, we can bring value to this new group of individuals who are coming into the chapter. And so that's kind of where my focus is recruiting, but also retaining, providing that level of greater success to our current membership, but then also bringing a level of significance to new members as they come into the chapter.
Perfect. And I love your philosophy. And if you are a member of NSA Colorado and you're watching this video, please make sure that you take note that on the nsacolorado.org website, there's a free guest pass offer that we created for this year. And the free guest pass offer is a great way for you to invite your friends to check out an NSA Colorado meeting without them even having to pay for a ticket. So, they say there's no such thing as a free lunch, but yes, there is at NSA
There is a
Colorado.
free lunch at the Colorado chapter. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yes, there is. So you just invite your friends to go to the nsacolorado.org website, check out the free guest pass offer while it's up. It's only, it's for right now, it's for limited time through the end of this year, and they can come to any regular monthly meeting that they would like to as your guest using a special coupon code that will automatically down to their email once they put their contact information in. So we are trying to make this as easy and as simple as possible for members to invite their friends to come check out a meeting.
And Jen, can I add something to that? Not only are they getting a free lunch, but two other things they're meeting some of incredible individuals that they can
Right.
develop friendships with and network with also. But in addition to that, we bring in the best of the best speakers in this
Mm-hmm.
chapter for our monthly meetings. And so not only they're getting a free lunch, but they're going to be able to develop relationships and also learn, gain knowledge as they listen to these individuals that we're bringing in.
Yeah, absolutely. I can share a personal testimonial about the power of attending just even my very first NSA Colorado chapter meeting. I had moved to Denver 3 years ago, didn't know anyone, but the first thing that I did was reach out to the president. Rebecca Barth was the president at that time. She was so welcoming, invited me to a meeting. I came to a meeting. One of the very first people that I met just informally during the networking section of the meeting actually introduced me to an organization who hired me for a speaking presentation. So even at my very first meeting, I met people, made connections, and ended up getting business off of it. So you just never know who you're going to meet at an NSA Colorado chapter meeting, and you never know what you're going to learn that will stay with you for the rest of your life and help you build your career.
Exactly. If you don't mind, if I can just share a brief testimony. When I first started coming to the NSA Colorado chapter meetings, I'm still new to this industry and still learning names and faces. And, sometimes I would look, it's like, who's speaking at the next meeting. It's
Mhm.
like, do I really need to attend that? It's like, I don't know if I'll get much out of that. So I still sign up. And there has not been any meeting where I have not gone to where I have not learned something new. It's kind of
Right.
like, wow, I am so glad that I attended that particular meeting to hear that particular speaker. And so I've now, it's like, I've got to go. I may not know who the individual is speaking, I may know a little bit about them, but I gain just a great amount of wealth every time I attend.
Yes, yeah, it's those two things, right? It's the content and the community. And there might
Exactly.
just be one little nugget. You never know if you're looking at the subject or the topic and you're thinking, well, that doesn't really apply to me. You just never know. There's
You
you,
never
you know,
know.
successful people don't say, and I can't remember who this quote is from, but successful people don't say, that's not going to work for me. Successful people say, how can I make that work for
How
me?
can, exactly.
Yes, how can I make that work for me? And there might be one little nugget that you learn at the speaker's presentation that can make a big difference for you. And then also the power of the connections and the network.
And
Okay, so
also,
Greg,
yeah,
yes, go ahead.
and also, you never know what you're able to give to someone who
Right.
is there. And so it's kind of a two-way, it's a win-win situation.
hmm Yes, the relationships are so powerful and important. And Greg, taking on this role as the director of membership, and thank you for sharing your vision and your goals with our members. How can we support you? A lot of times, board members, especially as go-getters, people that want to serve and give, we can find ourselves going, "Oh my gosh, what have I got myself into?" And we want to be sure that we support you with your vision and your goals. So are you anticipating needing any support from our members? Would you like to have people reach out to our chapter administrator and volunteer to be on your membership committee?
Of
Would that be helpful
course,
to you?
you
Okay.
know, I view, even though I might be the director of the membership team, this is a team effort. And
Right.
so in a couple of ways, I see support or support that I need to help grow the chapter. One will be in maybe some dedicated volunteers. These volunteers can either be ones who are attending the meeting, greeting our guests, engaging with our current members to find out what needs they might have or what services we can provide to them, or making phone calls to follow up with guests who attend and find out, hey, how can we provide a greater service to you? How can we help you join our chapter? What questions do you have with regards to what benefits we provide? And so I think the first part would be maybe dedicated volunteers. I've already spoken to a couple of individuals
Great.
already and would love to have more on that team. The
Mhm.
second part is really the entire chapter of our current membership. They're part of my team. Wherever you go, whether it's speaking somewhere locally within Colorado, in the Denver area, Colorado Springs or Boulder, or you might have a friend who's interested in becoming a part of this chapter or helping develop their professional business. Just one quick example. A friend of mine 2 weeks ago connected me with one of his friends who I've never met. And we had breakfast together a week ago. He wanted to learn more about becoming a professional speaker. He
Mhm.
retired from the military a couple of years ago, and his passion now is to share his message with other individuals on stage. So we had lunch or breakfast a week ago. He's coming to our meeting this Friday, and already I can tell he's interested in joining. And so I would like to have everyone who are current members now, is there one individual out there that they know who might be interested in developing their business? Invite them to a chapter meeting through that guest pass. Have
Mhm.
them come, see what a wonderful community we have. And I guarantee you that they will not leave there not want to join. And so, yes, volunteers are what I needed, some dedicated volunteers. But if we can take our current membership to invite one other individual to help us grow our chapter and grow our community, I just think the sky's the limit for our chapter. We're a strong chapter already. I just want us to get stronger.
Yes. So if you are interested in being on Greg's membership committee, please email the NSA Colorado chapter administrator at info@nsacolorado.org. And Catherine will connect you with Greg and facilitate that discussion for you. Thank you so much, Greg, for taking the time to speak with our members today.
Thanks, Jen.